Fran, was it, I know you have to give their defense a lot of credit, but how about the execution for your guys in the half court, especially now?
No, it wasn't what we would like it to be. I'll be honest with you. I mean, you're going to get great defensive effort from this team. Either end. I mean, they were ready to go at the start of the game. Our execution was better. We had more transition opportunities in the first half, I thought, than we did in the second half. That's, they scored more, of course. So that limits some of your opportunities to attack and transition. I think Aaron nailed it. We got a little, they scored the first couple hoops in the second half. We started going a little one-on-one. We had a couple really good looks at it. It's kind of been the story of our team. I didn't see a ton of horrendous shots, and insane plays. We were trying to work the ball. We shot it maybe a little bit quick at times, maybe settled for jumpers a little more than would have liked, mix it up, going in and out. But, we fumbled some balls, we fumbled some passes. I thought we had game on a slip the one time, and he dropped the ball, and things like that all seemed to happen kind of at the same time.
How much of those kind of things, missing shots, turning the ball over, lead into the defensive end?
Well, in the first half, you remember, we had 3 turnovers seemingly in a row. It might have been 3 out of 4 possessions, and we overcame that, and to still have the lead. In the second half, as they got the lead, I think you had Mike was trying to make a play a couple times. We tried to jam it in a couple times. Jared thought he had Whitey on a slip the one time, and he threw it away. Whitey was going back to screen. So that stuff all, sort of gets magnified, and that was unfortunate. And I think we pressed a little then at that point, from the perimeter. And Pete had some really good looks. We got it to the rim a few times. At least we got into the bonus, into the double bonus, so we could make some free throws. Pete Smee goes down with as crazy as it is, 2-something, we still have a chance. And I think that's how we have to look at it. We've got 4 losses, essentially lost to 4 ranked teams. Nice Syracuse is ranked, but great comeback in that game. But 4 really good programs with really good players, and so it's one of those situations where you don't want to get too down on yourself, but at the same time you got to be honest with yourself and say, okay, we got to change some things. We got to be better in some areas. And I thought we were better in some areas tonight than we were last Friday, but we weren't good enough.
This is ground you've covered before, I realize, but why does this team seem to have such a problem maintaining anything after halftime?
Well, yeah, obviously it's happened some. It hasn't happened some. It's typically against good teams. It's something I think you got to look at. You got to break it down possession by possession. You want to change. Do I want to come out with a different lineup? Do I want to come out and run sets rather than motion? We had a great defensive possession, first possession of the second half. Get a stop, get a run out. Don't get anything from it. And so that's. It's disappointing because, they're all of a sudden, you get a stop and a score, now you're up 8, changes everything. And, we missed a ton of shots right off the bat, started the second half. But I didn't think we were getting that bad, our shots I thought were pretty good.
Fran, what do you do as a coach when your team can't make open shots?
Well, Pat, it's as frustrated as they might be, I'm frustrated for them. Because to a man, they're coming in, they're getting extra shots up. I mean, they are. And they're making shots in practice, and they're working the ball in practice. I've always been a believer that if guys are struggling, you keep encouraging, you keep wanting them to shoot the ball. And that's how I respond. And I don't kind of make a big thing about it. But clearly, they're feeling pressure. They're putting, I don't know if they're feeling pressure or they're putting pressure on themselves, but really good shooters are missing wide open shots. And, we came in here, we beat these guys 2 years ago, made 12 threes. To beat UNI, you've got to make jumpers. And they're going to be in, they might switch, they might not, but they're going to be in. They're going to take away penetration, they're going to be loaded to the ball like Whitey said. and you're going to have to make jumpers. If you start making jumpers, then you can stretch the defense a little bit. But if you start missing, it's almost like you're playing against the zone. And to their credit, they were working hard, they were contesting, and they were getting back, and they didn't give up as many transition opportunities in the second half, but we didn't have as many either.
Tuttle seemed to really frustrate Woodbury, especially early in the second half. He was missing some shots around the rim, and it seems to be, almost going up more finesse as opposed to a power type of moves that he's.
Yeah. All right, you said he was frustrating. Which
on the offensive end, he had a couple of missed shots. He was just
talking about the shots of Woody missed.
Yeah.
I thought Woody did a really good job of screening and getting to the front of the rim and getting the ball in a position to score. He's really scored the ball well for us facing the basket. He doesn't always score it as well, when he comes and has to turn. And that's where he was having trouble. They were coming from the weak side, or they were being on the side of him and making a miss. And I think, in the future, he's got to either chop it at the end of his move, or he's got to go up and try to dunk it, even if he can't get there in time and go strong. But he just can't turn and lay it up, especially against a guy who's as long and as talented as Tuttle.
If Anthony's not able to go Monday night, Coach, would you start Peter?
Yeah.
Coach, off the size advantage that you have, how do you feel like it played out down low throughout the course of the game?
Well, the first half it was really effective. Defensively, I thought we gave them problems with our size. Singleton, for example, was having trouble. Offensively, we got some buckets inside. We were running an offense that's geared towards going inside. In the second half, I don't think, defensively, we played with the same edge that we played in the first half. So again, you go back and say, okay, well, why is that? Well, maybe it was fatigue. I didn't play as many guys. I didn't play Ewell. I didn't play Dickerson. I didn't play some of those guys as much. I tried to ride Jared, Whitey, and then I rotated Gabe and Woody because we're struggling so much on offense. So now you're giving up a little bit on defense because you don't have fresh bodies out there. So you're sitting on a bench. Okay, what do I do? Do I go small? But I do think that our bigger lineup is our better lineup typically.
Take one more if you got it.